we gonna kill something now? Come on, maybe? Something small. Anything. Huh?
Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And last we left off, we're slowly earning favour with House Despana. We rescued the matron mother's daughter, and she was so grateful that she's given us a few days of leisure to do whatever we like. And we'll try to use those days as best we can, beginning with exploring the city. This is the ideal time that you would normally do things like explore the tavern and do those arenas, but I managed to slot them in sneakily in the 12 hours I was given by Solafine before rescuing Phaere, so we don't need to do that. Let's start our wanderings by going over here and dealing with the matter of the djinn that's being tortured. We shall begin by speaking with the djinn directly. We have to wait for a suitable gap in the spellcasting. This should be sufficient. Do not torment me with your words, drow. You have no intent of releasing my spirit from this physical prison, I know. Don't be too quick to judge. We'll talk to the various casters here. We have to wait until when they're not casting to have a conversation.
Lord be praised.
Do not bother me. I must concentrate on the lessons of the Overseer. We can talk to you.
Through destiny and might, we shall rule supreme.
Go away. You will cause no end of trouble if you incite the anger of my Overseer. This drow is referring to the Overseer handmaiden that is overlooking this lesson.
Through destiny and might, we shall rule supreme.
The business of my house does not concern you. Go. Oh, I'm not going to be going anywhere. I'm going to talk to you.
Do as the matron's order and live.
You may wish to tempt the wrath of my Overseer, but I do not. Leave me be. Let us talk to this Overseer.
Use the clouds to conquer all.
Do not disturb our lessons. Benefit can be had from these simple torments. Now you may think you can just attack the drow and free the djinn that way. While you could do that, that will destroy the disguise and will foil all our attempts to get those eggs. But what we can do is we can decide to use a little bit more lethal force than these people are. These people have been instructed not to kill the djinn. What if we were to accidentally deal some lasting damage by attacking in melee? You dare? Foolish female! Your clumsy attack has freed our target. What have you to say for yourself? Let's act natural. A simple accident. What benefit is there if I do not take advantage and experiment? This was not your property to take risks with. I have no objection to the occasional jab, but intentionally destructive behavior against my possessions? I think perhaps that compensation is necessary. I have no use for your head, but a sizable donation to the coffers of my house might appease me. What say you, fool? Have you coin enough to satiate my bloodlust? I have the right to kill you where you stand. Then I will do what I must to appease you, mistress. As you should. I expect a sizable donation to my house. I demand, 4,000 gold pieces. That should suffice. 4,000? Very well, but you are an absolute slave driver. The family trade has little to do with this. Go. I am done with you. We have lost 4,000 gold, but we gained 5,000 experience, freed the djinn, and that lesson has abruptly ended. They will disappear into the wall, and we are free to keep exploring. And we're going to go this way next. We don't want to go over here because there's nothing we can do there just yet. But we can talk to these mind flayers. Yes, I hear you. Your thoughts are clear. You are not welcome in most parts of the city. Remember that. Yes, I understand that you're an ambassador. I know you had nothing to do with it. No, you will not be chastised for the actions of others of your kind. You may stay until your business is concluded. Enough. We will hear no more. And off the mind flayers go. Have them watched at all times. Of course.
Yes.
They are very suspicious of the mind flayers. That makes sense, considering how dangerous they can be. We could pop into the Female Fighter Society. But before we do that, I want to actually pop back to here and have a conversation with someone, because a side quest has opened up, and it's one that you can't really avoid. Right now we can't really avoid getting slowed down by Edwin there. He was taking his leisurely time. Let's go talk to this Durga.
Your chattering's starting to wear on me nerves.
Most powerful of drow, forgive my insolence in speaking before being told to do so, but I must beg your attention a moment. What is it you wish? Are you being mistreated? Oh no, I am most happy in the employ of my master. I could not wish for better. No, my message is on his behalf. He would speak with you. I beg that you come close to the tank, that he might make contact with your mind. Tank? What manner of creature is your master? The tank is a hindrance that my master would rather do without, but it is more comfortable than the coldness of the stonework in the city. Come close to him, and he will speak to your mind. It is the way of his kind. Please do not tarry. He will announce an alarm to the city if you keep him waiting. This is something we have to deal with. We do not want the alarm to be sounded, so let's go up to the tank and have a conversation. Hear me. Hear my thoughts in your mind. I am ambassador, but I have a service I demand of you. One that you will perform discreetly and with haste. What kind of creature are you that can step through my thoughts so easily? I am superior. That is all you need know, surfacer. Yes, I see what you are. It is printed across your transparent mind. Uh-oh. You will do the task I set before you, or your identity will appear in the mind of every drow within this city. Are my thoughts clear? Good. I ask of you. I command a deed of violence. I call for a death that I might learn more of this place. It is simple, brutal, and more suited to you than my petty servant here. Quilu, a priestess. I would learn of her faith and the power it grants. Her mind is the prize, and I would have you bring it. Kidnap a priestess? She will not cooperate. I do not require her as a whole. As I said, it is her mind that I require. Kill her. Slay her in her home and temple. Retrieve her brain and bring it to me. That is the task. That is the command I give. You will obey, or I reveal you, and you die. That is your choice. Now, we can say that we'll do it. We can say that we'll do it and that we protest, or we can argue with the aboleth. Now, aboleths are incredibly powerful creatures, and this is not a bluff. The aboleth can do what it said it can do. But we can say that we will tattletale on the aboleth. If he tries to tattletale on us, the aboleth will back down. But we want to do this because there's quite a lot of reward in it for us. Mostly experience, but there are a few interesting items. Now, you do get more experience for completing the quest if you make the aboleth back down. But I think the combat gives you enough experience to compensate, so we'll go with option 1. You don't leave much room to maneuver, do you? Very well, I will do as you say. Quilu makes her home behind the second door from the bottom in the Female Fighters Society. Attack quickly, and none will sense the deed. Return swiftly. I demand.
I'm waiting.
The aboleth is not wrong in that if we attack fast, nobody will know that we've done this, and so we are going to do that. We're going to very quickly move over to this person's home, and we are going to strike. The whole party is mostly ready. We shouldn't have too much of a problem. We do have a lot of spells. We have improved haste as well, just in case we need it.
Yeah.
I think 1 casting of haste should be sufficient. But before we go in, we are of course going to save, because who knows how badly this combat may go. We're going to be facing a pretty powerful caster, as well as a few of her servants. We could haste now before we go in. Why not, eh? We have a casting free. Let's do so.
I'm waiting.
Let's pop in.
If that's what
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
And it would seem that she's not very happy to see us. That's not surprising. Let us fight. I want you to strike there, you to strike here, you to strike here, and I want you to be invisible. I want a few attacks there, and a few attacks there. A rival house or assassins? No matter. Intruders in the home of the mistress. Kill them! Aha! You've got a few spells to protect you, do you? Well, that's not going to last very long because we have breach. Let's just deal with all of them. Oh, it didn't deal with all of them. That's alright. We shouldn't have too much difficulty. You're nearly gone. We should actually focus our ranged attacks here, like that. Oh, we're getting through the defenses, and you're off to go fight more people. Actually, you're just off to run. Well, you think you can run? You cannot run. Well, you can't run for long. You can actually run, but not forever. More people to fight. Okay, you've just dealt with that person. We'll have you attack this servant, because that servant is a spellcaster, and we'll grab these tiny amounts of gold. Ooh, there are quite a few spellcasters here. Okay, how are we going to deal with all of these? We could use a Pierce Shield. We could do a Kelbun's Warding Whip. I think a, let's see, that should be sufficient. There we go. To get rid of a few things. And then we'll, oh, and there is a fear effect. That's not great. That was what I was a little afraid of, but we should be okay. Keyword should have had, protection from fear there, but we'll manage. Right. Delayed Fire Blast, not a good idea here. Chain Lightning's probably a decent idea, though. Get that going. Aha! You managed to get through that defense there. I want you to start firing your ranged attacks there. Mainly because we want to stop the... well, that was a interesting spell there. Fired off a Fire Blast to protect himself and hurt the person that we're wanting to kill by quite a lot. And in fact, they are dead. That really didn't pay off for you. Now, we should fire off another... We could fire off a Kelbun's Warding Whip. Why not? Oh, and you have... are you coming to attack in melee? You really shouldn't be doing that, because we can deal with you. A few attacks here, and eventually... Oh, the... elemental damage from the Flail of Ages is managing to get through. You are now slowed. And you're gone. One at a time, we are dealing with each of these casters. We only have a few left. Okay, you're... ooh, that was a spell fading, but not the spell I wanted to fade. I actually want you to just attack here. You're nearly gone. You are in fact gone. And now just you. It was a bit messy, but we have ultimately prevailed. Marvellous. As they run around like crazy, of course they're the ones that are double hasted, that are affected by the fear effect, but... Oh, and you're just accidentally clicked away there. We want you to hold on to this, and that is a Conjure Fire Elemental scroll. That's not too bad to have. And we'll have you pick these up. Why not? These are Chain +5, Shield +3, Flail +3, and we got something else of particular value, didn't we? There was a dagger? Ah, we haven't actually picked up the dagger. The dagger is the valuable prize, as this isn't made of adamantine. It is the Bone Blade +4. This seemingly simple dagger, steel blade and bone handle, is an incredibly powerful weapon. Forged by an unfortunate Durga smith centuries earlier, the handle was carved from the tooth of a black dragon, and the blade was tempered in the blood of its creator. How it has made its way to you is anyone's guess. It's not really, we killed the person who previously had it. It is a +4 dagger, and it has a pretty fast attack speed. Unfortunately, we have no real purpose for it, so it's going to end up much like many of the other items we found, in that it's going to go into one of the bags of holding. And fortunately, even though Terri is absolutely terrified right now, we can still pass items over to her. She just can't do anything with them at the moment. We've got to wait for them to calm down.
Yes.
They will eventually calm down.
Can be so stupid.
Did we actually take any damage from that encounter? I think Edwin may have taken a few points. Otherwise, all we had to do was cast a few spells and it was done. We really want them to. There we go. They're at least no longer super fast. And now they're not terrified anymore. There's nothing more we need to do here. Let's go and report on our success. Oh, we're gathering the party, don't worry. There we go. Party has been gathered. You are invisible once again. And the aboleth is waiting very patiently. To be fair, it's not like the aboleth can do anything else, considering that it's stuck in that tank.
I'm waiting.
We've got what you want. Hear my will. You return. Let me see your thoughts. Let me see what you have accomplished. Thoughts enter my mind. I see their ways more clearly. I see the faith. Yes, this will be most useful. I assume we are through? I wish to leave your presence with all haste, creature. Go. You are freed and dismissed. Your secret is your reward. I leave you to your petty concerns. Speak not of me, or you will be exposed to all. And that is something I can agree with. We're not going to ever talk to you or about you ever again.
The timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
My master will speak for himself if you approach the tank. I am merely his servant. Let us go and do something that you can completely miss while you're here, and that is heading to the upper levels. The upper levels don't have any quest significance that I remember, but there are a few really interesting events that I want to show off, and one of them that just makes me smile both with joy and also sigh with regret. Let's go up. When we're in the right position. Up now. There we go. We then have to go up a bit more. And here we are. What we want to do is we want to get to about here. Around this corner, there will be an event that will occur. This one. Hurry up, slaves. Out of my way, male. Your pets block my path. Yes, mistress. Move it, you filth. What? Which way? Move them now, male. Get going, you fools. Where? She says one way, you another. Enough of this insolence. And thus she went on her way. And when the game uses a variety of spell effects to simulate spellcasting, but no particular spells. I don't know what spells she used there, but they were pretty devastating. What I actually want to go do is not only see that, but talk to this person here. The Spelljammer Drow. A tiny little Spelljammer reference hidden away in this corner. This is what makes me smile.
Through destiny and might, we shall rule supreme.
Greetings to you, female. You like the look of my ship? A fine astral vessel. Been working the flows since I hijacked this rig in Kryn space 20 years ago. Just came back from raiding a gnomish sloop myself. Fair booty, although the ship took more damage than expected. After some repairs she'll be fine. You the adventuring sort, female? If you're still in Ust Natha in a month or so, maybe you'll join up? Because of those infernal gnomes, I could use the extra crew. Think about it anyway. Next trip is out to Kolia, and it's quite a sight. That is the part that makes me sigh in sadness, because I really would like to go on a Spelljammer adventure, but I don't have the option to do so. Also, this dwarf has had enough and is going to try and fight for freedom. Unfortunately, that dwarf is attacking a spider in melee combat with no equipment. And now that Durga is just going to be attacked by the spider, and that's pretty much the end of the Durga.
Very well.
And I think with that, we've pretty much done all that we can do here.
I'm waiting.
Also, while I'm thinking about it, let us dump various things into this bag that we don't need. We should probably remember to sell the drow stuff before we actually leave this part of the game. It's not like we're going to be able to take it with us, and I'm not even bothering to pick up those daggers and suits of chainmail. Which does make me wonder why they are wearing suits of chainmail. You'd think they'd be wearing suits of adamantine, but they're not. Curious. And so, when we come back, folks, we've done some exploring of Ust Natha. We'll be doing a little more as part of the main plot, and those are places that we can't really explore very well until the main quest demands that we go there, so there's really not much point in checking them out. Like going down here, really not much purpose at the moment. And so, when we come back, folks, we may pop out of Ust Natha and see if we can go and do a few things, explore one of the caverns, but if not, we'll kill some time and then talk to Phaere again. I'm sure she'll have a mission for us. Or 2. Or 20. More likely about 20. But doing things to endear ourselves to that house is a good thing, because it's very likely that she's connected to the missing dragon egg. She did hint as such. It wasn't a very subtle hint. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.